Hi you guys, so today I'm going with a purple and gold look thanks to Leahi. And so first I'm going to start with my eyebrows as always. And if you didn't watch my last video, I'm pretty sure you couldn't hear it, I use Anastasia Brow Wiz. And yeah, that's how I do my eyebrows. I don't know why my nose is all stuffy today. Gross. Okay, so here's what that looks like. And now to finish, well, I think I need to blend that a little more. But I'm going to do my foundation. And right now, my skin color is oddly changing. So I use Clean Oil Control Anti-Lucents by CoverGirl, and I mix that with my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation to make the right color. And then I mix this with a brush. Just so that the color is even. And then I rub that on my face. Then I just blend this all with the beauty blender, of course. And it's always rainy in Houston, so my lighting is going to change for some odd reason. It always decides to rain when I decide to do my tutorials, and then it suddenly gets dark. So okay, and then after that I do my concealer, and I use Garnier Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle Roller, and I use that as concealer, and it just easily rolls on. And I do this all on my cheekbones, and I'm running out here because everyone in my house likes to use my concealer now. And then I blend this with the other side of my beauty blender.
Do your makeup on my home? Because I can shower in the rest of the
And then I do one more layer of that once I blend it. gonna blend that. And then we're gonna bake it with baby powder. Don't fall. And now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, Liahi wanted me to go for a purple and gold look that we saw online earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I use NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer and to prime my lids for eyeshadow. And you just kind of like rub this on. And I put a little on both eyes, and then I always blend it with my finger. I don't know if you're supposed to, but that's what I do. Because then you kind of get a feel for the evenness of it. And so I just rub this in. Make sure it gets all over your lid because you're definitely going to need it. And it's just like face primer, but for your eyes. So it's supposed to smooth out the wrinkles so that it's easier to apply eyeshadow. And you don't necessarily need it. You can use concealer, because I used to use concealer before I had eyeshadow base, and I put concealer on top of it anyways. So after that, I just put more concealer on top of it, and I blend that with my finger too, because it's so much easier than a beauty blender right at this point, because my eyebrows are already done. So I just blend this out with my finger a little bit. Make sure it's even everywhere, otherwise your eyeshadow is gonna look a little weird. So just even that out, and there we have blankness. And then as a color, like a transition color, I always use this right here from my Kat Von D palette, and I just apply this all over my lid. And I use, good luck, I don't know any names for brushes, but I use a brush like this. And I got my brushes from eBay for $4.99 a few years ago. Last Christmas. It was last Christmas. And that's when I first got them, I started teaching Liahi to do her makeup. So it's pretty ironic that I'm making a tutorial for Liahi today. And to all my friends in Dallas, I miss you guys so much. And let me tell you what happened to me this week, guys. So, as you know, I transferred from Dollar General in Dallas to Dollar General in Houston, right? Well, when I got here, my transfer hadn't processed. And so I was just working until my transfer came in, and then she was going to put the hours on my timesheet. Well, come to find out, like, I kept calling and calling about my transfer, and nobody could do it. And I was so confused on why my transfer had not been made and everything. And I was super upset. And come to find out, my manager from the other store fired me and then quit. So now I have to dispute my termination and do all kinds of things in order to get paid. And let me tell you, it is hell because I've been sitting at home by myself doing nothing. So once again, why I'm making this tutorial today. And so in my crease, I am going to put, I'm using this Drama palette. I'm not sure where I've got it because I've had this thing for years. And I'm going to use this light pink color. And that way you can build up to purple, because if you just put purple, it's not going to transition well. So I'm going to use this in my crease first. Maybe this wasn't the best brush. Let me get a bigger one. So just blend this in my crease. And this is how that looks. I'm not sure if you can see it well because of the lighting, but that's how that looks. And then I am going to, once again, work my way up to dark purple. So I'm going to use this purple right here. And whereas I was blending the lighter purple up, I'm blending the darker purple down. That way they don't clash much. And it looks like it blends well. Okay, now I'm going to get my blendy brush, and I'm not sure where the circular one is. I'm always losing my brushes, guys. It's a little bit ridiculous. Here it is. Okay, so then I'm going to use my blendy brush, and it's just a circular little, and I'm going to blend these colors together. And I'm not going to do like a bold purple like she wanted me to do, because I don't have a very glittery gold. I have a shimmery gold, but it's not very glittery. So, yeah. And then once I do that, I'm going to use the darkest purple here. And hopefully this comes out well, because I've never worked with purples much before. I tried to cut crease with it the other day, like as a first time cut crease thing, and it came out pretty decent, but I usually don't work with colors, so I'm a little nervous about this one, but it'll be alright. My makeup always turns out okay. So yeah. Then I'm just gonna... Alright, and then I'm gonna blend this again. Circular motions. There we go. then for the top up here, I'm going to use Burnout from my Naked 3 palette. Get a different brush for that. And I always clean up my eyebrows last because if you clean it up and then do your eyeshadow, it's just a waste of time because you end up having to clean it up all over again. So yes, now that I've done that, I am going to use my blendy brush again, except I'm going to use the other side of my Naked brush. And I'm going to just blend that all together. And here's how that came out. And then, now that I've got this done, I'm going to make a definite line for where my wing would be. There you go. Just to get that V shape, that way it's easier to know where I want my wing to go. And of course, if you know where you want your wing to go, that way your eyeshadow blends straight into your wing and not just blending. There you go. And blend. I think blending my eyeshadow is my favorite part of doing my eyeshadow. Okay, now we're going to go in with the gold. And I use the gold from my, which palette is it? Is it this one? Okay, from my Lightly Toasted in the Buff nudes, I use this gold. That's my actual favorite color. Like, I'm about to hit pan on this thing, and once I do, I'm gonna cry. Just blend that in. And you can get your makeup brush wet to make it more pigmented. And I just spray it with my setting spray when I want to do that. And there you go, more pigmented. So now we're all finished with that, and I am going to finally take off my baking powder. Alright, so done with that, and now I'm going to do my waterline, and I'm pretty sure I just want to do my waterline in this color because I really do not like lining my waterline. So I'm going to go with a kind of light color because I'm afraid of how this is going to turn out. So I'm using a flat brush. And I'm just tap the excess off. And with the tip of the brush, align my waterline. Okay, I don't think I like this. But I'm all for trying new things. Like I said, I tried a cut crease yesterday with pink eyeliner. Also, next week, I'm going to do a video on my makeup over the years because my cousin begged me to do it because I've done the most crazy things with my makeup. You wouldn't even believe it. So, I'm going to do that next week. So, stay tuned, you guys. Okay, I guess that doesn't really look that bad. Okay, so now, I always do my eyeliner last, in case you guys didn't know. So I'm gonna do my contour, and lately I've just been using a darker foundation because I don't want to use all of my cream because I don't like using all of my cream. It's super expensive, and especially because Melissa bought it for me, I really don't want to have to buy it myself. So I use Clean Makeup by CoverGirl in Creamy Beige 150, and I just like pat it to the top and wipe whatever is in the top to use it. And then I just right under my cheekbones and I blend down. Okay, and then I use my beauty blender and I blend that. Okay. And then I do the same thing on the other side. And one side of my contour always looks better than the other, and I really can't tell you why. Make this side a little darker. Okay, so now I'm done with that. And I use my CoverGirl True Blend Fix Stick to contour my nose. And then I just blend that. Okay. And then after that, we are contouring my forehead. And for that, I use CoverGirl. I use a lot of CoverGirl. I've never really noticed that. But I use CoverGirl Clean Glow Bronzer. And my e.l.f. contour brush. And I just come all the way down. And then here I blend this into my mark for my cheekbone contour. I don't know how I was supposed to word that. And then with the excess, I always blend it into my contour. But yeah, so then there's my contour. Oh, and I have to tell you guys about my moisturizer. I didn't put it on today. But I have Acne Control Moisturizer by Clean and Clear. And it really helps with acne, and it's a great moisturizer. So, I highly recommend this. And so, once I'm done with that, I had my double chin here. And I just stop at my chin, and on my chin, I do lines. So it looks like I have a chin because my chin and my double chin blend into each other. And then I just use my beauty blender to blend that. And make sure you blend it well because some people can actually see the line and they'll be like, yo, you got a line on your neck. And you're just like, oh, crap. So I always make sure it's well blended. Okay. And then once I'm done with that, I do my bottom concealer, and then I'm going to clean up my brows and do my eyeliner. So yeah. So for my bottom concealer, I just do a line right underneath of my contour to clean it up. And then I blend that. Oh yeah, and then I do my nose. I always do my nose. Blend that. Okay, and then I'm gonna set that with baby powder. I have so much makeup I can hardly ever find anything. Once again, I just use my angled brush and I angle it and swipe down. Brush, angle, swipe down. My nose. Okay. So now, meanwhile I'm doing that, I will clean up my eyebrows. And I just roll my concealer onto my brush. And then I wonder if this stuff is even supposed to be used as concealer. Because I definitely, and all of my family use it as concealer. And I just clean up the top. And then I blend that very carefully. Then I do the same on the other side. Blend that. Okay. Now for the bottom, it's a little more complicated because you have to use the tip, so I kind of just roll the tip of my brush on, make sure it has some concealer on it. Okay. See, it's kind of like only on the tip of the brush. And then I carefully line the bottom of my eyebrows. And that also cleans up my eyeshadow. So I Do the same thing on the other side. Then I can finish, I can unbake my other concealer. Okay. So now we blush. Okay, now I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Rose Gold highlighter, and I'm going to highlight the inner corners of my eye. Trying to figure out what brush I want to use to do this. We'll use this one. And if you can find their gold one, anywhere I go, it's out of stock, but their gold one is like the best highlighter that you could ever get. But yes, I do my inner corners with this. And I'm probably going to do my nose with this. It's a little bit easier than with a fan brush. And then I'll use my fan brush for my cheeks. I'm sorry, you guys probably can't even see me. But yeah, I'm gonna just do it with my finger and then blend it with my fan brush. It's a little easier that way because sometimes it's really hard to get a lot of the highlighter onto your fan brush. So yes. And I just put that where I want it, and then blend it. And there we go. And there's that. So here's how my face looks and my inner corner. And now, I do my eyeliner now with a brush. I stopped using Master Precise for a brush. And this is the brush I use. And it's super thin and it's super easy to work with. So yeah, that's what I use now. And if you guys want to do the concealer trick, you can do that. But I personally don't need to do the concealer trick. So yeah. Okay, so for my eyeliner, I use 24-Hour Eyeliner by Kiss New York. And I just take out this little applicator thing because I definitely don't use it. And I set that aside while I do my eyeliner. And I just dip this in here around the corners. And then make my line. And then once it dries out, you just dip it again. And I think it's a much controlled way, a much easier controlled way to do your eyeliner because it has a bigger brush, so it's easier to control. It's kind of like using a pencil, for me, I mean. But yeah, and then I just do the line, and then I go ahead and fill that in. there's how that one is. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start the other. Okay, so there's our eyeliner. And today, since my eyes look a little small because of all the color I'm using, I'm going to use white eyeliner. And I'm not sure where I got this, but it's Auto Eyeliner Ruby Kisses. And it's white, so I'm just applying that to my waterline as you would normally apply eyeliner, black eyeliner. I don't ever use pencil liner anymore, but I heard that this trick makes your eyes look bigger, so why not try it? Since I've been trying new makeup like a lot now. So yes, and here's my finished look. And I'm going to go ahead and use a nude lipstick. It is 655 Darling Nude Matte by Maybelline New York. Just because I don't want my lips popping, but I don't want my lips plain. So, it's a very neutral shade. And there's my finished look. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And next week I will be back with my makeup throughout the years. Thank you guys.